This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Welcome in here to Meltdown Live. We are with you on a hump day. I don't know which button of these makes Flava Flav talk, but we're going to go with this one and boom.
Yeah, boy.
There we go. Yeah, boy. It is officially Wednesday, my favorite day of the work week. It's not really true. That's a lie. I just told a lie on air. Nobody's favorite day is Wednesday. I just like saying hump day.
I mean, I don't mind Wednesday. It's
not the worst.
No. I think Tuesdays are kind of the worst.
Tuesdays are awful.
Because, like, Monday, it's, like, recharge for a new week. I can do this. Tuesday is, like, yikes. I'm not even close.
Well, I mean, on Mondays, typically, we have poker, too, which means that, like, it's like a little extension of the fun. Like,
it is.
I go to bed Sunday night with my jammies and my nightcap, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, poker
jammies?
Tomorrow night. I don't. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not even asked Tyler because I think I know the answer, but all right.
I can see Tyler in a full flannel get up where he's like head to toe.
Do you
like
do jammies or no?
I'm more of a sweat shorts and t-shirt kind of guy.
Okay.
Or sometimes I like to have my apartment so cold that I can do shorts and a hoodie and be comfortable.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's peak coziness for me is the when you can comfortably wear just, some Nike shorts and a light hoodie.
What do you guys set the temp on at night? 67.
I like 68.
I like 67, but I typically go 68.
68. 67 if I'm feeling like
A little crazy.
just absolutely wild. Yeah, but 68 is, I think, prime sleeping temperature. Yeah.
Fan on or off?
Well,
Fan on as well.
if I was living alone, the fan would be on.
Mm-hmm.
I am not living alone, and so I don't get a vote. I am outmaneuvered there, and the fan stays off.
Okay.
So there we go. But yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, we're live here in the Culver studio telling you all about our personal life and our sleep habits. But I'll tell you, I slept like a baby after Saturday night because the Dallas Stars ended up winning. In Game 6, they moved on to the Western Conference Finals, and they play Game 1 tonight in Dallas. And I'm very excited about this. EG, I've been asking you all day long whether or not the Stars are going to win.
I got the Stars, Tim.
That's your expert opinion? The Stars win tonight?
I got the Stars. Star Spangled Banner.
I'm pumped about this. During the national anthem, they yell Stars twice in the arena.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Pretty cool.
They don't yell anything during the Canadian national anthem.
No.
Which is probably respectful, but in the same sense, like the national anthem here in our country, I feel like is superior. That's just my opinion.
Oh, it's the best in the world.
Well, there you go.
Duh.
Yeah, we're not hiding our colors. These colors don't run.
They don't.
Let's go to Tyler here. I've got to bring this to the equation, and that is that you are on an impossible mission. Wow.
Wait, whoa. I just had like a...
That actually
Am
worked.
I alive? Yeah.
You are on an impossible mission.
It
Is
worked.
that correct?
It is.
Impossible.
Mission Impossible Mission.
That weirdly worked. I didn't think it worked the
It's
first
like
time.
one of those
Thank you.
It's like Mad Gabs where you put all the words together. Yeah.
You're on an impossible mission because your goal...
It's the password show, wasn't it? Where you'd get like
I'm lost
a
now.
word that was like made up of two words, and then the second half of the first word would be the first half of the second word.
I'm confused.
The password game show?
Yeah,
television?
I feel like that was part of it.
I don't think
part
it
of
was.
another game.
It was part of another game, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely not part of password. Password, it was just you were trying to get people to say a word, and you can only use one word to get the other people to say a word. For instance, if
Let's play.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I love games.
You have to close. Can you close your ears?
Yeah.
Like completely?
Yeah.
I've got to tell the people at home what the password is. Okay. You got to close your ears completely. Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay. The password is hat. Okay. You ready? Okay. You're good. Okay. The people at home know what the password is. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right.
So wait, we're trying to get to the same word.
So I'm going to give you one word.
Okay.
And you're going to have to tell me what you think the password is based on my one word clue.
And I'm just giving you a single word
Give
back.
me a single word back that you think is the password. Now, if I am not successful, Tyler then gets a chance to give you
Okay.
a word
Okay.
to make you guess. And the first one of us to make you guess what the word is basically wins. Okay? Ready? Headwear.
Sunglasses.
Okay? Tyler, that was not it. You know what the password is, right? You heard?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
Okay.
And I was going to actually use that clue.
Okay, well, you can't now.
Ooh, but I can't now.
You have to, and it can only be a word. You can't, like, act it out or anything.
Mm-hmm. Ill.
Hat.
Yes.
But
I thought that was
here's
too
the tricky
easy.
thing about password, though. The tricky thing with password is you got to use both clues, right?
Yeah.
So if, like, it had been reversed, you would have never guessed hat initially on Bill. Never.
I'm gonna go like dollar.
Yeah, you would have gone dollar, or you would have gone
Can we do another one?
maybe even duck.
Oh, wait. So, like, she's supposed to only use my clue?
No.
I can't build off of your clue?
No, you can. I'm saying you can. I'm saying that's the tricky thing about the game show password.
Oh, okay.
But you have a teammate, I have a teammate. Typically, it's played with 4 people. It's a great game show. They should bring it back in prime time. It would be good. Maybe they have. But, yeah, I get a chance to give a clue to my partner. If she doesn't get it, we're working off the same clue here.
I see.
So it's like you get a chance to hear the other people's clues. So it makes it very
do another
interesting. We can do another one. Let me just think real quick.
Okay, sorry.
Saver's in the chat saying, Jesus, Cap was right there. That one felt like that'd be cheating.
I know that's because even headwear, I thought that's too obvious. It has to be hat. I mean, like I thought headwear was too.
So because I gave too good of a clue,
yeah,
you
I thought it
said
was too obvious. I'm gonna
I wasn't trying to trick you. I was trying to make you get it.
I know.
That's the whole point of the game. Like I'm working
All right,
with
well,
you.
let's up the ante a little bit. Let's do a bit of a more
But I
challenging.
gotta
word.
think of like you know the right word here for this experiment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Close
Okay.
your ears. Close your ears. Tyler, the password is talk. Okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. Tyler, you get to go first this time.
I love this game. Okay.
Okay.
Gotta lock in.
Is this a new segment we're just going to do? We're just going to rip off password?
Do we
And
just
this is the
bring back
weirdest.
you wanted the
We
password
didn't-
game back, so
we didn't
we're bringing
plan
it back.
this.
No,
we
we
didn't
don't
plan
plan
this.
Okay.
Okay. I keep wanting to say different things, but I feel like it's too obvious. But
That's okay.
You're not supposed to be able to actually like talk about anything.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to
Yeah.
go.
okay. Well, conversation.
Text.
Speak.
Phone call.
Phone call is 2 words.
Okay.
Voice.
Speech.
Conversate.
Conversation. Talk.
Conversation was what I said.
I
Start
said
off with-
conversate.
Yeah, and then she brought it back to
did.
conversation.
Oh, okay.
Talk.
Yeah, it is talk, but I don't even know who gets the. You guessed 2 guesses with me.
I didn't really like that word. Like, let's do like a.
It doesn't matter if you like the word, e.g. That's not the point of the damn game.
Like, I wish it was more of like a, I don't know, like Clorox. Here,
Because it's right next to you?
No. Can I do a word and you have to close your ears?
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. I'm panicking.
Oh, I got one, EG.
Wait,
All right,
no,
you-
we're not.
You don't have one yet?
No, I got one. All right,
up.
so close your ears again, Tim. All right, EG. The password is popcorn.
Okay. I don't hate it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I have not heard anything.
All right.
Who goes first?
You can go first, EG.
Okay.
Or do you want to?
Snack.
Food.
No.
Okay.
What?
movies.
Popcorn.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was
but
good.
it's because I was able to use both.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed popcorn if I just heard movies.
Yeah.
That's not a shot at Tyler. Tyler's playing the game to where he's combining the
Yes,
two.
that's what I was. Yeah.
Which is what's made him what I can tell now is a premium password player.
Should we give Tyler a word now? or
I
do
think we
need to
should
go?
quit this.
Okay. I mean, noted. I'm kind of forgetting we're live. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, we're kind of having too much fun.
Yeah.
Is the chat roasting us right now, or are they having a miserable time? No, I'm sure that was fun for everybody.
Okay.
Saver is saying that EG is showing her cell phone addicted lifestyle with
Why?
her guesses. I guess because you went with like text
Phone call.
immediately, phone call
Yeah.
instead of
FaceTime.
just talking.
That's true.
And then Saber also said for for that last one, if you don't use bucket, what are we doing? I had thought about it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Okay, well,
Lots to process.
we
there.
can, this is sort of like motivated me to come up with a little bit of a segment here where we could do this with some entertainment terms and
Ooh,
make
I
it
don't-
work.
I don't hate that.
I just feel like we need a fourth. I feel like we need a fourth.
Yeah, maybe
But we
maybe
can
my
make it
Kenneth
work.
Grace partner can come on.
Maybe so. Okay. So the Dallas Stars are playing tonight, which sounds great. Hey, you were hanging out. We never got to. This whole show has been screwed from the beginning because I said you're on an impossible mission. We haven't even gotten as to why. You are trying to rewatch the entire series before you watch Mission Impossible 8, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, in about 24 hours, 24 to 30 hours from now. You are currently about, what do you have, like 10% of Mission Impossible 3 left?
Yeah,
wow.
I've got about 15 minutes of that movie left. I started about a day late, or a day later than I should have.
Yeah.
And according to you, 2 movies earlier or in the franchise than I should have. You said I should have started with part 3, and I watched 1 and 2.
Well,
the other day.
if you're doing a completionist thing, obviously you got to start with 1. But if you're doing when it ramps up into sort of its modern era, I think 3 is the correct answer of like, if you're looking to just jam these out before going to see the new Mission Impossible, that's the way to go. Now, you've already seen 4 in your life.
Yes.
Can't you skip that? Because you've already seen it.
See, here's the thing. I might have to because of time,
Yeah.
but man, I want to watch that one.
It's a good one.
It's a
very
good one. I love Ghost Protocol.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you started this mission a little bit too late.
See, Jeff says, I'm in just about the same place as Tyler, and I am ready to give up and just go see the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always circle back afterwards and have yourself a good time. The problem is in your position, you can't talk as a completionist
Yeah.
because by Friday, it's going to be really tough. So keep us updated on that. You're trying to grind it out. You've even talked about maybe making it to where your movies have a gap between Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible, and you can sit in the car and watch the rest.
I'm trying to get it done.
You asked me which one was the most skippable out
Yeah.
of 3 through 7, and I told you 7. I think 7 is clearly the most skippable out of those, but you also need to be able to jam the information of 7 in some sort of written way, so that way when it picks up with 8, you kind of know where things left off. But
Okay.
you don't necessarily have to watch 7. I think you just need the plot points of 7. That's
All
my
right.
opinion, but, what do I know? All right. E.g., yesterday, you were not on the Meltdown.
I was not.
You were hanging out with an Emmy Award winner.
I know.
You just didn't know it at the time, and neither did he.
No.
Tell us about who you were hanging out with.
Yeah, I was with Coach Saban, and I can say I knew him when he was not an Emmy Award winner.
That is correct.
Pretty crazy. No, it was fun. He was actually asked about it at our media availability. That was the first question. It's like, well, how do you feel about being nominated? And he laughed in typical Coach Saban fashion and said, well, it must have been slim pickings this year for that spot.
If you look at his category, it really was.
It really was. And then he went on to further talk about how it's not about him, but the people that helped him prepare for that role, all the preparation that went into it, all the guidance he received. So it was really fun. We were out there for Nick's Kids Golf Foundation tournament.
It's great calls.
Nick's Kids Foundation Golf Tournament. There we go. And it was awesome.
Well, that is great that you were able to get out there. And do you get the urge to play golf when you're
Yeah.
on a golf course? I would think that's tough for you as a
Like, it's
competitor.
like I'm twitching to like swing the club.
The fact that we've done 3 password games here or whatever goes to show me just how much you like to compete.
I do. And so on 17 at Old Overton, Nick Saban sits there pretty much all day while the tournament's going on because it's a scramble. It's a par 3 downhill creek to the left, and then it's kind of like a hill that you can get a good kick off and like it'll go back down on the green. It's closest to the pin. And so there's bets that are made, and then, the group, everyone tees off, and then Saban comes in last. And if he gets closer than any of those people, then he takes everyone's money. And I'm like, as I'm watching, I'm like, dang, like, could I do it? Like,
all right, we've turned EG into a gambler for sure.
For sure.
And that's exactly why you need to sign up at MyBookie, mybookie.ag. Use promo code next round there at mybookie.ag. Okay. Speaking of Emmy Award winners.
Yes.
Lady Gaga won an Emmy. Did you see this?
No. Tell me more, Tim.
Not only an Emmy, a sports Emmy.
What?
Yeah. Lady Gaga and Nick Saban both won sports Emmys on the same day.
Think they know each other?
I actually do not believe that they have run in the same circles, but Lady Gaga won a sports Emmy for her Super Bowl performance of Hold My Hand, which is from
Top Gun
Maverick. Yeah. They fired 21 pilots to bring in Lady Gaga to do the soundtrack, and I just will always remember the person who quote tweeted and said, that's a lot of pilots to fire during a Top Gun movie. But the win puts Lady Gaga one step closer to an EGOT. Since she already has an Academy Award and a Grammy Award, now she has an Emmy. Will she get there? Will she get a Tony at some point?
Oh, she has an Oscar?
She has an Oscar.
For what? Stars Born?
Stars Born, yeah.
Dang. What is a Tony again?
Tony is Broadway.
Oh.
Broadway, musicals,
Maybe she could get
plays. There. If anything, I feel like that's like the easiest one to get for her.
Could she just write a play or write a musical and get in?
She could, but I think I can see her performing in a musical and getting the win because she's extremely theatrical and very talented singer, obviously, actress that when she's given the right material can really bring it home.
Interesting.
But anyway, she's one step closer to an EGOT, so keep that in mind there with Lady Gaga. But I will say that performance of Hold My Hand was incredible. I remember coming on here the day after the Super Bowl going, if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's amazing. It's really a beautiful tribute moment there. All the first responders are there. And, obviously there had just been that horrendous terrorist attack on New Year's Eve in New Orleans. So it ended up New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. It was a very compelling performance, and I'm glad it was rewarded here. I don't know what it ended up beating, but there we go. Lady Gaga winning a sports Emmy. Who would have had that?
Not me.
So you said 21 Pilots originally did the soundtrack for Top Gun Maverick?
They were originally hired to do the soundtrack for Top Gun Maverick.
That would have been a misfire.
Yeah.
I love 21 Pilots, but no.
Yeah, no, they ended up replacing 21 Pilots with Lady Gaga.
That worked really well.
Yeah.
But the Midnight, which is my favorite band of all time, they are currently performing. They actually met with the team from Top Gun Maverick because they loved Top Gun so much, and it was just like this perfect meeting, and there was a chance they were going to be doing some of the soundtrack, and it was a big missed opportunity for them because they ended up going a different direction, but it was close, supposedly. So anyway, they talked about a little bit of that in the Q&A that I went to. The teaser trailer for Zootopia 2 has been released with Judy and Nick back in investigation mode. This is not a actual trailer of any sort. It's more of just a reminding you of the characters, and it's almost like a music video. It almost feels like a music video.
Or like a fan edit.
A fan edit, but it's basically them having they're running around with some music playing, and that's pretty much it. And it's showing you all the different characters from the Zootopia world, reminding you of that sort of habitat and environment. And your beloved Sloth from the first movie.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. But it's just a quick, him just kind of like, and then it just goes to it's like circling through all the different characters that, your kids have not stopped watching ever since the movie came out. Now it's on Disney Plus and you watch it every day of every hour of every day. It's that kind of thing. It's like, hey, if you've been watching.
Weirdly specific.
Well, that's what a lot of parents are going through. And Zootopia has been, it's just grown and grown and grown with being able to watch it at home. And Zootopia 2 is going to be a smash hit. But this is the first teaser trailer for it that dropped. In the sequel, Judy and Nick put their detective skills to use as they tackle another case. The original Zootopia followed bunny cop Judy and con artist Fox Nick as they solved a missing animals case. And I thought it was really good. I thought the first Zootopia was actually really, really well done.
I thought it was solid. I've only seen it once. I saw it on a field trip. We were on a charter bus to Atlanta, and that's where I watched Zootopia for the first time. And I really enjoyed the scene at the DMV. And I like Jason Bateman, so, put him in anything and I'll enjoy it.
Okay, Ryan Brown. Anyway.
You know what? Out of all of Brown's movie takes, that's like the one I agree with. And Gangs of New York being a disappointment.
I don't disagree with either one of those takes. I like Jason Bateman in everything. I've been, it's kind of run its course now, but the whole Batman advertisements that have been running, it's run its course now, but they keep putting them out there. But I thought they were really good. I thought they were ingenious, but the novelty of them has kind of worn off here as I'm watching the stars and it keeps going to that commercial. Anyway, Zootopia 2. We're looking forward to that. Jurassic World Rebirth.
Ugh, yawn.
What? Like the last time we talked,
I know. I saw the second trailer and I was like, I'm out.
You're incredibly inconsistent because you were the only one defending Jurassic World. You really were like, yeah, this is a movie that I can see myself going to see, and like you guys are being too tough on this trailer.
Yeah, then I saw the second trailer and I was like, yikes, you guys were right.
What I was going to say was Jurassic World Rebirth, the second trailer here, which is, I think, actually a stronger trailer.
I do too.
Wow.
I thought it felt like it gave it an almost Alien Romulus vibe to it, where they're going through the lab.
Oh no.
You're not helping. The reason you're right, but like EG's here and we have to pretend like this is just, they're friendly dinosaurs that don't do anything wrong.
Oh yeah. You ever seen Land Before Time?
No.
This one is scarier.
What?
This trailer is scarier.
To me, it's cheesier.
Cheesier? No, you're scared.
No, I'm not.
Quit
I
lying.
promise, y'all. When the guy is like, let me in. Like,
your haunted house diatribe you went on Monday about
like,
not walking through it because it's just...
Dinosaurs are not, like, real.
Dinosaurs are real, EG.
Like,
That's literally a scientifically proven fact that dinosaurs are real.
Dinosaurs.
Your highlights are showing thick today.
Oh my gosh. Dinosaurs are real, but not these. Like, I'm not...
Dinosaurs
I'm not
are...
scared of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are real, but these dinosaurs are these, like, intergalactic, like, radioactive ones. They're not real.
Intergalactic.
Listen.
I didn't see any intergalactic dinosaurs. What trailer did you watch? Are you sure you watched the right one?
Yes. All I know is that I was, like, laughing because I was like, oh my gosh.
Dinosaurs in space.
I mean, anyways, like, the whole lab thing where it was like, it left the 12 species behind. Most, like, we're to save millions of lives. It's just cheesy. It's been done so many times. And then there was, like, in the water.
I don't know what you want, EG. I've never known you less than right now.
It just felt so, it just feels overdone. One, it did not convey any fear in me. To be honest, I'm scared of my own shadow. That doesn't freak me out. The guy banging on the, let me in, that just, like, did not do it for me. Immediately I was like, oh no. And then it's very unrealistic, the whole thing. Especially with Scarlett Johansson, like laying off the boat, tries to shoot the whatever. I don't know. Not my thing.
EG, this is the 7th film in this series.
Yeah.
The last time we talked about this, you were like, "Yeah, I'm kind of excited to go see this. Yeah, this is kind of like looking good."
Yes, and then I saw the second trailer and I was like, "This is not good."
God, but there have been 6 movies before, and now you're like, "I think it's unrealistic." It's
I
like
never saw
there
the
have
other
been
6.
6 movies
I never
before.
saw the other 6. So sue me.
Oh, I know when
Are you guys so happy that I'm on a pop culture podcast with you about movies?
We are very happy because you speak for a lot of the general audience, which is
do.
going to decide whether or not this thing makes or
I hope
breaks.
it bombs now.
Wow, one less movie you have to see this summer.
Yeah, I'm going to Superman, Potential Ballerina, Mission Impossible, and probably Lilo and Stitch.
You missed one.
I missed a big one. Yeah, what am I missing?
F1.
Oh, F1. That's what I'm most excited about.
That's like your number.
That is my number one.
Or at least for now until they release, another teaser where
y'all, I can't get around like the dinosaur, that's like coming through the water. They're on like the paddle and it's like little inflatable raft.
You liked the first trailer though. That's the part that's most baffling.
Yeah, I guess it didn't show as much. It wasn't as
All right. Universal, you just lost a good $12.50 because you released a second trailer because you had her hooked and now you pushed her away.
The
So
paddle
good job.
scene, paddle faster.
What else are you going to do in that situation?
No, just accept you're in an inflatable raft and somehow they're all going to survive the scary dinosaur.
I got you. Okay. Well,
The intergalactic dinosaurs.
I believe, E.G., if you were in a raft and a dinosaur was coming for you, you would indeed yell paddle faster and then start to paddle faster.
Well, you know what, Tim? I won't find myself in that situation.
No, you won't, because dinosaurs, they are indeed extinct
are
until
extinct.
we end up bringing them back, which circles back around to the 1993 classic Jurassic Park, where the whole debate is just because you can do it doesn't mean necessarily you should do it. But anyway, Tyler, I don't think we've gotten to your thoughts here. What do you think about this second trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth? Because you were selling all your stock on this.
And now suddenly tides are turning. What?
It seems like the turntables have turned. What are you thinking here?
I think this trailer was a lot better. I'm not like fully sold on it yet. It still looks like it's got some cheese to it, but for this cut of the trailer, they definitely went with a more grounded approach, more of that survival feel, which I think Jurassic Park fans want in the next movie.
I do want to see Jurassic Panda. I think that would be
Jurassic
good.
Panda.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Jurassic World Kung Fu Panda crossover, have Jack Black in there. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to the Anaconda trailer whenever it drops, but I would think that, like, if I'm going to drop the Anaconda trailer with Paul Rudd and Jack Black, that I'm doing it during the Jurassic World launch. Like, it's a perfect tie-in.
Segue.
So we'll see. But my prediction is we're going to have an Anaconda trailer before Jurassic World comes out. But the reason we're getting these trailers, Jurassic World is going in front of Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Zootopia is going in front of Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
So there's a reason we're getting those at this time, right ahead of these big releases. There was also a couple of more trailers, one for television, one for movies. Which one do you want to talk about, the television or the movie trailer here? Because I got two more to talk about.
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Okay, I'm gonna go with the other movie trailer, Caught Stealing. I watched this right before the show. It dropped a couple of hours ago, so it's fresh, hot off the presses. Not something that has me that excited, but it's from Darren Aronofsky, who has done some really impactful work before.
He makes a lot of movies that are really good, but you never want to rewatch them.
That is a great
Requiem
way
for
to
a
put it.
Dream, Black Swan.
The Wrestler, even. I mean, it's a pretty tough watch.
Was that the one with the Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
I did not see that. I always saw like the cover for that.
Yeah.
The DVD aisles. Thought
Yeah.
I might watch that, and then I never did.
Depressing movie, but really well done. But this movie's sort of like a fun crime movie. It's
Okay.
kind of got the same vibe of the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie a little bit. It's got the same vibe of something like, and this is not maybe a positive, but like Wolf's. It's got a little bit. Wolf's probably is not correct.
Did
But
they
it's,
use "Been Caught Stealing" by Jane's Addiction in the trailer?
they may have. It didn't sink in with me if they did.
Okay,
But
that would have been a good move.
this has in it Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz. So two young stars that are both continuing to add more and more acclaim to their careers. Austin Butler, it seems like he's been put in everything lately. He's going to be in the Eddington movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone and Pedro Pascal. Obviously, he was in Dune Part 2, where he played a pretty big role. And it feels like he's rounding out the cast in a lot of situations. This is one where he is actually leading there, but the film also stars Matt Smith from House of the Dragon. He is no longer in the halls of Harrenhal. He's playing a zany, like, rocker type that looks like he's kind of got the same character design as the Spider-Man character in the second one that has like the punk rock look.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Punk. And how did I not figure that out? Spider-Punk, he kind of looks like that, but he's playing an absolute crazy role. He looks like he's kind of in a different movie, to be honest. But anyway, the movie is like Matt Smith's going out of town, and he asks Austin Butler to like take care of his cat and check on him in the apartment, and then a couple of Russian goons pop up, and Austin Butler is like having to deal with those guys, and it's a action crime comedy.
Okay.
And so it looks like something very unique for Aronofsky. This isn't really his wheelhouse, but it comes out August 29th. It did not blow me away. I'm not any more excited for it after having seen the trailer, but I at least know of its presence there as it comes out in the very late stages of the summer, called Stealing. Then we have the trailer for a television series that HBO Max is going to be putting out called Welcome to Derry. For those that are unaware of the town of Derry, it takes place in Stephen King's world of It, which is a pretty layered world if you've ever read the book. There's a lot of different story opportunities here that can be told from Derry, and we get a shot at the end of the trailer of Pennywise the Clown returning. You see sort of his silhouette in the sewers, but a bunch of kids are being traumatized. Their parents look to be covering up a secret of what they know, and it looks tense. The trailer doesn't really show much of anything.
No, not really.
Yeah. It did a good job of like not spoiling anything because it's just like a bunch of kids that are like, hey, have you noticed things are not right? Yeah, they don't seem right. Hey, parents or kids. Sorry. Hey, parents, are things right? And they're like, why are you asking questions, kids? Hey, police officer, are things right? Why are you asking questions, kids? And then, it's like,
it just looks like an It
does.
prequel, and there's nothing much else to really say about it.
did the It movies like hit home for you? Because I would think that like growing up, those would have been movies that like your friend group would have been like, oh man, we're going to go see the new It.
Yeah, definitely. I saw both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 in theaters. I definitely preferred Chapter 1.
I preferred Chapter 2.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know.
weirdly.
Maybe I need to revisit it because I just don't remember liking Chapter 2 nearly as much. But is what it is. I like both of them, though.
Yeah, I didn't really love Chapter 1 that much, minus the Georgie scene. And Chapter 2 with Bill Hader in there, I thought Bill Hader crushed it in that movie.
Bill Hader was great.
He was so good, and it made it more enjoyable. But I didn't love either one of them. Pennywise, to me, Tim Curry, television miniseries, that freaked me out as a kid. I had a series of nightmares about clowns. I don't know if it was spawned from that, but like I had this series of nightmares where like there were evil clowns and there were good clowns. And if you hit an evil clown with a water balloon, it would turn into a good clown. But if you hit a good clown with a water balloon, it would turn into an evil clown. So I'm walking in Quincy's, which was a restaurant popular here in the South that was like a buffet. And
Hello, buffet.
I'm walking in Quincy's, and there's this clown. And he's walking by me, and like typical clowns do. And I'm with my sister, and I have a water balloon, and I hit him square in the back. And then he turns around, and he has like fangs and a slithery tongue. And he's like, and I'm like, oh gosh, I turned him into a bad one. Because you can never really tell if the clown is good or bad.
Well, you just let it walk by.
Yeah. So I should have just let it keep going.
Yeah.
I made a critical mistake.
Clearly.
But anyway.
Picked a fight with an evil
I did
clown.
pick a fight with an evil clown, but yeah, I was worried because I'd had these dreams for like 5 nights in a row.
That's awful.
And it was like, I don't want to go back to sleep because every time I go to sleep, I dream of these evil clowns.
That's traumatic.
And then my mom gave me Benadryl, and I never had another evil clown dream again.
That's nice.
So it worked out. Thank you, Benadryl. Okay.
I was expecting you to say that the clown started pulling rolls out of his mouth like the endless scarves.
No. But that would have been great. Quincy's always had really damp trays.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Like you had to start off with a tray
And it was like a little
and work your way down.
moist.
And it was a moist tray. It was
Yeah.
like always like fresh out of
And,
the
and it kind of stuck together a little bit when you
yeah.
yeah. I'm familiar with a buffet.
You are, E.G. That was
I
great.
love a country buffet. Golly, could eat one right now. Do you have any recommendations locally?
There ain't any good ones anymore.
There's not.
If you end up in a country buffet, E.G., get the heck out of it. That's how your horror movie starts.
Yeah.
Being stuck in some backwoods country buffet.
Yikes.
I'm sure there's a good one out there that people can recommend, but I have not seen one lately.
I haven't seen any meat and threes near
Oh.
here either.
Yes.
I could kill for a meat and three.
Like fried chicken, cream corn, butter beans, black-eyed peas, cornbread. Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll see if any recommendations roll in on any of that, but used to be very popular and now can hardly find them. For me, it's salad bars, right? I'm a salad bar fanatic.
Yeah, those are kind of a dying art.
They are dying art. The pandemic really did a number on salad bars, and It
And
affected
Listeria, too.
It affected me. Listeria did a job on salad bars. Listeria, I don't feel like was the thing that did salad bars, and I feel like it was
Did
the
a
pandemic.
job on ice cream.
Listeria did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was
Was it
Bluebell.
what Bluebell? Yeah. Chipotle has been
Local
plagued
tragedy.
by lettuce issues.
Well, there's lettuce issues, but I mean, the thing with the salad bar is they have a built-in sneeze guard, and
That
like,
is so nasty.
see, you say that, but like, my thing is, if they didn't have the sneeze guard, that would be nasty.
Yeah, you
Them
want
having the sneeze guard is actually very nice.
helpful.
I'm a big fan of the salad bar. I don't like when the dressings mix at the salad bar, like meaning that someone goes to scoop and they bring over and it drips
I like a
into.
little squeezy bottle instead, full of dressing.
You like a squeezy bottle of
Of
salad
dressing?
dressing?
Yeah, because then you don't have to ladle and worry about.
I like ladling as long as it hasn't absolutely drip dropped into another vat
Yeah.
of dressing.
I do like the act of ladling.
Oh, the act of
dressing
ladling.
over the salad.
And look, I'm not here to show off or anything, okay? But I got some damn long arms, okay? And I can reach the back of the salad bar with ease. And there'll be a little old lady, like, oh, I can't reach and I'll just go right in there
and just a ladle.
and I'll just ladle and I'll make her day and I'll
Yeah.
just ladle her plate.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean,
She's like, oh, thank you, Sonny.
have you considered an at-home salad bar? A lady on TikTok does it.
What kind of psychopath has an at-home salad bar?
This woman on TikTok, she bought one of the
If TikTok didn't exist, hold on. If TikTok didn't exist, this woman would never have an at-home salad bar. I just want to make that clear. The internet is driving people insane.
1000%.
So-
I've seen people building like soda fountains in their house,
Oh.
which is more practical, but
That is.
still ridiculous.
1,000
So
island
this,
percent.
This woman, did you say Thousand Island? That was good.
Thousand Island %.
Mobile salad bar. She meal preps every week, and her kids love it. This is her. Look at that.
Yeah. Her kids love it until. Okay.
Wait, but if she meal preps, then why does she have to set out a salad bar?
No, that she meal preps a salad bar. So she does everything at the beginning of the week, cuts different,
And then, like-
deli meats.
and then she like updates it throughout the week.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And so,
like-
this got 900,000 likes.
Of course it did.
How
'Cause
often do you
she's a
restock
psychopath.
your salad bar? I fill the top once or twice a week, depending on how busy we are that week and what our needs are for that particular week.
How did this? There's so many unexpected things that have happened on this show that have blown my mind. That's one of them.
I always get black olives when I'm at the salad bar. I load my salad up with black olives. I could
Listen.
have a side of just black olives.
Hey, as a reminder, before upgrading to the standalone salad bar, she incorporated the same concept in a drawer in her fridge using plastic containers from Walmart. This is totally doable. You just have to be a bit creative with your own space and budget.
No, you have to be a psychopath. And then to film it, I mean, now she's filming it all and everything.
If you're meal prepping, why are you taking it out? Wouldn't it just be better
No,
to
no,
meal
we're
prep the
missing the-
individual salads?
No, but she preps the bar ahead of time. So she does her chopping. She does
But
her.
Tyler's asking, why do you need a damn bar if you can just like make the salads?
I think that's
It's
just
for the virality of it.
probably.
Why are we? If we were, would we ever be talking about? There's a woman that meal preps salads and she puts it on social media. No,
Look, she's
it's
a
the
little-
fact that it's a salad bar. It's crazy.
It's crazy. She's making deli sandwiches.
Anyway,
Her name's Melanie.
okay. Well, Melanie,
Shout out Melanie. 9 kids. She has 9 children.
did
there
I
it is.
mention?
Okay.
There it is. I just
Maybe
saw the
you
bio.
need a salad bar
Yeah.
at that point.
Homeschooling.
Maybe you need a salad
And
bar.
she
Trough.
homeschools.
Yeah.
And she homeschools.
Look,
Homeschooling wife and mom of 9 children.
I'm
There
sure
it
she's
is.
a lovely person. Okay.
Oh, mother of 10. She had another baby, apparently.
My gosh, I don't know how she found the time tending to the salad bar
I
all
don't know
day
either.
long.
But mother, raising Cades 10. If you can go follow her.
What is happening? None of this was planned. I don't know what to say.
How did this even happen? Like, how did we get on this subject?
I don't know, other than the fact that I love salad bars.
Oh, we're talking about buffets. Yeah.
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 Okay, next. Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig are in negotiations to star in Damien Chazelle's next film. I'm hearing the ingredients here, right?
Okay.
Damien Chazelle missed with Babylon. It was a commercial failure. But if you've seen Whiplash, you know that is a movie that only has gotten better with age.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. La La Land is my favorite movie ever made. People laugh at it when I say it. If you've never seen the movie, I can understand why you'd think it was a goofy thing to say. It's a goofy name, La La Land.
I think if it was called anything else, you would get about half of the
If it was called Love in L.A. or something, people would be like, oh, yeah, that is a good movie. But it's called La La Land, and because I'm a giant.
I was about to say it. It's because someone of your stature is going, I love La La Land.
La La Land, even when I say it, I feel like I'm not even confident in saying it anymore.
La La.
Is my favorite movie of all time. I think it is an incredible production. If you've never seen it, I mean, it's a beautiful film. Well, anyway, Damien Chazelle made those two movies. And now the Oscar-winning filmmaker will write and direct an untitled project for Paramount Pictures that stars Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig. These are two A-listers. Does this get the juices flowing for you in any way, Tyler, hearing this pre-production type of announcement?
I guess a little bit. I'd have to hear more about it. I'm trying to think of what the last thing I saw Daniel Craig in was that I really enjoyed, because I never saw any of the Knives Out stuff.
Well, that's a big chunk of post-Bond stuff that has been quality. I know Damien Chazelle also did the movie First Man with Ryan Gosling, which I thought was fine. Thought it was fine. It was the first movie I saw on Prime. I remember I went and saw it, I think, like a week or two before Halloween came out with Jamie Lee Curtis. And coming back to the role of Laurie Strode, and I wanted to go test out the theater, and First Man is one of those where the seats shook. I don't think that they'd really worked out how loud that sound system was going to get at that point, but during the takeoff sequences and stuff, it was crazy. But Daniel Craig, you saw Queer, and it was a movie that nobody really liked last year.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
Yeah. But Knives Out is really what he's been known for here lately. Obviously, the Bond movies, I still got to get you to watch Skyfall at some point, because it is an incredible film that you need to check out of his. But yeah, this is a movie that is high on my radar of things I'm keeping up with, because it's got to, Damien Chazelle has his back up against the wall. He came out of the gate firing on all cylinders. Everybody was like, this guy's going to be an all-timer. And then his last two movies, it's been oh, he's cooling down. Oh, wow, he's really cooling down. What's going on here? So this one has to hit. And Damien Chazelle knows that, which is why I think it has a chance to literally be a masterpiece. Because Whiplash is right there in that conversation, and La La Land is a masterpiece in my opinion. So I'm excited about this one. We will see. Next, Mattel and TriStar Pictures are developing a live-action animated hybrid feature film based on Mattel's classic Whack-A-Mole game. Are you tired of all the different, this sounds like a trash story.
Absolutely, yeah. I think I will put it in trash for tomorrow.
I can see them having some stories about Whack-A-Mole, but does this... I mean, obviously this is going to be an animated feature for kids, right? I mean, this isn't going to be some sort of PG-13 Whack-A-Mole game where it's
They could go the Battleship route.
Yeah, that worked. Anyway, I don't...
Well, that's what pretty much all of these sort of toy movie adaptations sound like to me, other than the upcoming He-Man movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different board game IPs that are being thrown out there. We still haven't seen a Monopoly movie yet. That one's been rumored forever.
They've been trying to get that to work. I think there was one based on Sorry in development at one point.
Yeah.
I think Candyland was also in development.
I feel like you've had more of these as well that are in development. That is there a Stretch Armstrong movie that's being made or something? Or I remember you coming up with all of this could be the case.
It could be true.
Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Whack-A-Mole. If you played that game, there's a movie coming out at some point. Next, we're going to move quick through these two, but Kevin Spacey is making the rounds again. He was at Cannes Film Festival this week, marking his first visit to the global gathering in almost a decade since being found not guilty on sexual assault charges. He closed a lengthy and fiery speech at Cannes by citing a quote from his friend that he claims is Elton John. And he said, "I'm still standing." And that was the way he ended this sort of really impassioned speech. Kevin Spacey has gone really in a weird direction. I mean, do you remember he's done a lot of like Frank Underwood monologues on social media?
Yeah, and it won't be posted to the Netflix page or the House of Cards page because, he's not a part of that show anymore.
No.
They've all cut ties with him.
Yeah.
It'll be on Kevin Spacey's personal page of him in Frank Underwood costume and doing the voice saying, you got to kill your enemies with kindness.
Yeah.
Like, that would be, those videos would be released like pretty quickly after accusers were coming out, and things looked real weird.
One of his accusers, like, randomly died before the trial, and all of it's very strange.
They got hit by a car and were pronounced dead at the scene, and reportedly, I'd have to find like confirmation of this quote, but Kevin Spacey, when the accuser after that death came out, Kevin Spacey mentioned that they need to look both ways before crossing the street.
Really?
Yeah, that is.
I hope you're right about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's kind of freaky.
There's just an aura of creep there, regardless of all the claims.
Did y'all see American Beauty? Right?
Yes.
I hate that movie.
I'd
watch it for school, like college.
Yeah, that movie won Best Picture in 2000. Won Best Picture, and I guess the movie came out in '99, but it won Best Picture at the 2000 Academy Awards. And I just have never been a huge fan of that movie. It's a very strange.
Very strange. Film. Very just like unsettling. We had to write a paper on it.
Yeah. I don't know what it was up against that year. I'd love to know what American Beauty was up against. I can't. But like, I think this was the year before Gladiator won. So what was it up against? I don't know the answer to that. I would love to hear that. So
let's see here. So for Best Picture, American Beauty beat out The Cider House Rules, The Insider, The Sixth Sense, and The Green Mile.
Oh, kind of a weak year, to be honest.
Really?
Kind of a down year, I think.
Well, unfortunately, it was not a down year for American Beauty.
It was not. I may have voted Green Mile in that, but
I would have gone Green Mile as well.
Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein says he's helping some of his industry connections develop their films from jail.
Oh, that's...
Harvey Weinstein said, quote, I have friends who are still in the industry who slip me their screenplays and ask me for notes. You know, can I do something for it? Can I help? Can I improve it? And I just give them my honest thoughts. So I'm not doing anything for me, but I'm doing things for others.
Aww.
I don't believe this story.
I don't either.
I don't believe someone is showing up to the pen
with a stack of movie scripts,
Hannibal Clarice style, and being like, Harvey, please show me how to make a hit movie with this. And he's making revisions.
Tell me about your childhood.
Exactly.
No, there's no way.
It's a low-key, really good Hannibal Lecter impression.
Oh.
Which, by the way, and this is a true story.
Let's hear
You
it.
just reminded me of this.
Okay.
Absolutely true story. Y'all aren't going to believe me. I had someone in my life that reminded me of Hannibal Lecter as a kid. That was like, they had the same hairstyle, they talked the same way.
Were they?
They had the same, everything was the same. And it was my childhood dentist. And it was terrifying. But I don't have that problem any longer.
I don't believe you.
It is. I told you wouldn't believe me. My childhood dentist reminded me of Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal the Cannibal?
Yes. I mean, exact same cadence and everything. Like, you want to talk to the guy. He's very intriguing, and he was very nice and everything, but he had that same aura. I've used aura too many times on this show. But
yikes.
One place where I don't get those vibes, that's Alabama Dental Associates, located on Grants Mill Road. Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, Dr. Nolan, providing you all sorts of services when it comes to staying on top of your dental health. Maybe you have had some sort of dentist anxiety like I've had. I know we've been talking a lot of Final Destination lately. Wasn't there a dental scene in Final Destination 3? Was it 3?
I think it was 3.
I think it was 3. Well, you don't have to have any fear when going to see the team over on Grants Mill Road. Alabama Dental, the friendliest staff in town. They're accepting new patients now and can help you feel at ease about all of your upcoming dental procedures. For more information or to make an appointment, call them 205-956-8977 or visit alabamadental.com, where they look forward to seeing you.
It was part 2 because that kid who avoids the crash ends up in the dentist chair, and he gets a fish is caught in his mouth. Or not a fish, but like it was like a little blow-up fish that was hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like a mobile.
Fell down in, and then it ends up getting pulled out, but then later on the glass and everything, doesn't end well for him.
Yikes.
But anyway, there we go. Final Destination 2. So there we have it. And I do want to point out George Wendt, American actor and comedian, earned 6 consecutive Emmy nominations for his performance as Norm on the NBC comedy series Cheers. Passed away yesterday at his home. He was 76 years old. I really liked George Wendt in, obviously, Cheers, but he was in a movie called Man of the House with Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And this is the type of movie that ends up on my big board. And it needs to, at some point, end up on the big board because I really like Man of the House. But he was fantastic in that movie, and I just want to kind of point out a very obscure role that he was in that, obviously everyone's going to be thinking about Norm as they hit the bar this weekend. And, I just want to pay our respect to George Wendt and the legacy that he has, as all of his castmates there from Cheers have been sharing their acknowledgments of just how good of a guy he was. So rest in peace, Norm. Meltdown countdown time. E.g., I told you I love salad bars.
You did.
My favorite place to get a salad bar is at the beach. I'm going to be doing that very soon, and I'm selfishly tasking you with giving me the 2025 edition of your best beach trip tips.
Yeah.
And I want to know how you approach the list.
Well, for me, the beach is my happy place.
Right.
And I've spent many a days, many a weeks, many a summers enjoying said happy place. And I think you can capitalize on a beach trip more than you think. Because some people just see stress and sand and sunscreen and stickiness and just sunburns. So I do think there's some ahead of time prep that needs to go into it as well. And that's where I started with number 5.
All right, get me in the zone. Where are we going for number 5?
Number 5. Replace the Tommy Bahama chair that's a little creaky before you go down.
Smart.
Are you guys a BYOC family, or do you get the chairs at the place?
We do not rent the chairs at the place because they're outrageously priced.
Agreed.
Insanely
Also-
priced.
So uncomfortable. Dare I say more uncomfortable than these?
Also,
That's pretty harsh.
another true story. I went and we needed chairs. We forgot to bring chairs. And I went to one of those like Alvin's Island surf style type places.
Yeah.
The problem is not every chair works for me that's that low.
Yeah. So do you get the taller ones? 'Cause my dad did the same thing.
Well, no. I was testing out the small ones on the ground in the store, though.
No.
In the store.
Did you fall or break them?
Yes.
Yikes.
Both. Multiple times. To the point where they would collapse and metal would end up in places. My back.
Do you have a Costco membership?
No.
Sam's Club?
Yes.
So keep an eye out because sometimes they'll do the the taller Tommy Bahamas that are more dad friendly, if you will, tall person friendly. Both of my dad and my brother, they prefer those because my dad can't get low to get on the beach.
Get low, get low, get low. Hold on.
Yeah, boy.
Anyway, all right, let's move on to number 4 because I have so many questions, but I'm worried I'm going to say something. You're going to be like, oh, that's coming up.
No, that's fine.
need
Please
to
ask
get
the question by all means.
Well, I have a Sam's Club question for you.
Okay, yeah, what's up?
Okay. So we've made the determination that we need umbrellas to bring to the beach
Of course.
to pair up with whatever chairs we go with. There's a deal at Sam's Club right now where one of these big beach umbrellas, it's an 8-foot umbrella, $25. Pretty good deal, right?
Yeah, okay, here's my thing. This is kind of an honorable mention. If you're going to go with the umbrellas, because there's a lot of beach ordinances now you got to be careful of because tents are not allowed, umbrellas are, you have got, for the love of all that is good, secure the freaking umbrellas.
Right. I've been watching tutorials on YouTube
drill?
of how to dig.
Okay.
How to dig.
I would recommend getting a drill.
A drill?
And there's an attachment you can get. I'm not kidding. That you stick it on the end of it, and it has a little spiral. Yeah, that's what we do. And then you pop the end of the umbrella in it, and then just kick up with sand.
I thought if I dug far enough with my own,
Brute strength.
The ones I've gotten, it's like the base of the umbrella,
Is it
like the pole
spike.
and the overall canopy sticks into the base, and
Yeah.
the base has like these ridges that are in a spiral, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like corkscrew it in.
Yeah, but they make an attachment for a drill that will speed that process up a little bit, but also get it deeper into
you're
the
saying the
ground.
drill is necessary?
I mean, I think that
She
is
does not
the
play
most-
about her beach relaxation.
No, that's a surefire way to ensure that you're not going to have to worry about your umbrella.
Okay, well, what if I use brute strength? Can I do that?
I mean, you can, but I worry about you.
You worry about me.
No, because I just think that it's a smaller.
I'm a
Space.
giant.
It's
Give me a
not-
little
there's-
tiny
no,
plastic shovel.
No, it's not. That's my point. The drill ensures a more secure twist because think about it. You can just stick it into the ground, zzz, it does its whole thing. But if you're having to use a shovel, the area gets bigger, which means the sand around is a little more loose. It's not as compact.
Let me give you my method.
Okay.
Okay, I will dig to the bottom of the world. I will implement the receiving end.
Okay.
I will implant my flag,
Okay.
which is also known as an umbrella.
Yes.
I will then support by throwing all the sand back on top.
Yeah. Yes, but then what about your structural issues at the very bottom because there's loose sand around it?
Gosh, you got me now rethinking this whole thing. I'm not even going to use an umbrella. I'll take my
Okay.
chances
I
with the
haven't
sun.
even bothered with the shovel.
I think the shovel could work.
I think like EG said, you're gonna be displacing more sand than you really want to.
Gosh, I think I'll be able to carve it out perfectly. But watch there be some horrible tragedy where the umbrella takes flight. And the
Listen.
little woman that I helped at the salad bar ends up getting blown away into the ocean.
I have been the victim. I've been personally victimized by umbrellas, so I don't want to see it happen to you.
Got it. Let's move on to number 4.
Number 4. This is going to be controversial. I don't really care. Get down there early. Okay? If you're not on the beach by 10, 9:30, dare I say, what are you doing?
Not doing that.
Okay. I hate that, but okay. Because this is the thing. First of all,
So far, your list, I agree with like 10% of
yeah,
it.
that's fine. I just have a lovely time at the beach.
Right.
and
You're just an
you may
expert.
not. I understand.
What do
maybe
you
you're
know?
just not. No. So, okay, here's then are you just not going to be front row? Are you just going to
I
be
don't care about being front row.
You don't care about how your toes in the sand and you're in the water?
There's a
coming to your
lot of
ankles?
sand out there, EG.
And
I'll
the
find
water
some
coming
sand.
to tickle your ankles when it's a little hot.
I don't need the water to tickle my ankles. I will go out there and flop around like a seal if I have to.
So we get down there. My dad will go set out our stuff, usually by 6:30
In the morning?
in the morning.
I thought the woman with the salad bar had issues.
No, in the morning. Like we are down, set, ready.
No, I'm going to be snoozing at 6:30. It's called a
You
vacation.
can go back.
No, you cannot.
You go set, and then you can come back, and then get your coffee. Go like
No.
y'all. I love the beach so much. No, we have a whole routine in place. Mikey's dad gets up even earlier. He's out there by 5 a.m.
What's wrong with you people?
We want the best prime real estate, and you get everything set up. Have your morning coffee down there. You go. Kids go on a walk, or your parents go on a walk. Come back, and everyone's sat, and then go get breakfast. You can bring it out to the beach or not. Okay.
Okay, I'm listening. More.
And it's incredible. But getting down there ensures, one, you're going to get the nice early morning crowd, which is usually like younger kids, and it's not as rowdy, which is nice to me. And I just like getting down there early. You can capitalize more on your day. It's not as hot. So then you're not having to bring down everything in the heat of the day.
What time do you leave?
Oh, that was kind of sort of my next one.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a perfect time to.
Yeah, this is perfect. We stay down there until 5:36. My dad's favorite time is that time of the day on the beach, and his favorite time is also from 8 a.m. until.
So like 9 hours, y'all are out there.
Now, this was also the caveat. Like, we stay all day, bring beach games, have fun with it. There's some great, like, spike ball is always a good one. Just like a good one of those like skip it balls in the ocean. Play what's the game where you throw up money ball? I mean,
Jackpot.
jackpot.
Yeah.
So like have things to entertain yourself. Have snacks ahead of time. Sandwiches, chips, waters, because if like us, we stay all day. So you need to be prepared. And I don't mean like phone chargers, none of that crap. Leave your phone at the house. Good book.
So I was gonna agree with this tip until you started getting into we're staying out there for 9
Yeah, we
hours.
stay out
like
there.
I'll go out to the beach early too to avoid
Yeah.
the hottest part of the day, and because like if you're in a like a crowded or populated like beach city, dinner time is like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you gotta be
or
cruising
you're
up,
waiting
yeah.
for 2 hours
Yeah.
to get a table.
So
Gotta get them in. Gotta get those hours in
and
early
that's
in the morning.
why for us, everyone's kind of on their own food wise. Like you guys can go out to dinner and go up at 4:30, whatever. But Mark McCorder will be sat on the beach all day. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm talking to a real pro here, and I appreciate that. But this ain't my speed. I'm not like at your level.
know.
You're a black belt in
I know,
this.
and like I understand.
And I am
that.
just a fake beachgoer who goes
not.
once every 5 years
Yeah.
and just wants to enjoy a little bit of everything and not really fully commit to a lifestyle. And you're telling me that like
Lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle and
Lifestyle.
you're totally in on it.
And it's incredible.
Yeah.
My number one tip though, that coast is home. Sunscreen. It does not matter how long you're on the beach. You could be there for 30 minutes, you can be there for 17 hours. You need to have a sunscreen routine. And can I give you my sunscreen routine?
Please.
Okay. Before setting foot on the beach, you are back at your hotel, your house, your Airbnb, your condo, what have you. Before you leave, before you put on your bathing suit, you're taking a lotion sunscreen above 50 SPF, preferably 70 to 100. Lotion. Everywhere. Literally forehead to the tips of your toes, front and back. Then put on your bathing suit. Then you have your base. You're ready. You're solid. No more lotion. You don't have to do lotion.
You're
again.
marinated.
You're marinating in sunscreen. Preferably a different face sunscreen. Face sunscreen, always above 50 to 100. Never anything below 50. 30 does not work for this. Now you have your base layer. When you go out on the beach, reapply with spray. But now you're not going to have to worry about streaks or lines because you already have your base layer. You're still going to get tan if you want to do that, I promise. And then, you can use your tanning products, what have you. The only lotion you'll need to bring down is your face sunscreen. That is it. If you do this method, you will not be burned. And do not forget the backs of your ears.
Now this is the thing that has me most excited because I actually need some tips on this.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes to be burnt at the beach.
No one likes to be burnt. It will ruin your entire trip. If you need affordable sunscreen, go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx. They have all the brand names. Like Neutrogena is my favorite. There's a good one, Australian Gold.
I like Bullfrog for the face.
Bullfrog is great.
Tommy Bahama.
Tommy Bahama, I'm sure they have an excellent one. But they're at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. You can get them there. But Costco or Sam's Club always has 2-packs that are incredible.
I like the Tommy Bahama brand because the guy on there, no, it's not Tommy Bahama. I'm thinking of Panama Jack.
Panama Jack.
Yeah.
The Panama Jack guy looks like the Weekend at Bernie's guy to me.
He does, yeah.
Anytime I see the Panama Jack guy, I'm like, Weekend at Bernie's. That's such an underrated comedy. They should remake that. I know
I'm surprised they haven't.
they should. I mean, it's such a
I mean, we're getting Naked Gun this year. Maybe, like,
Weekend at Bernie's needs a remake.
it's got to be on the horizon.
It needs one really badly. But anyway, there's so much to get to here.
There's
So many
much
things
to
going
process.
on. Was that number 2, by
was
the
number
way?
one.
That was number 1. Okay, I'm
I
just
think
making
so.
sure.
I mean, I have a billion more.
I know, don't. Tyler, you had a chat check-in, is that correct?
Or
Or were you just like,
I can make a chat check-in.
you can't? I thought you were grabbing your chest.
I'm curious what our listeners are thinking. I hope you don't think
well,
differently of
Are
me.
you sure?
Actually, I'm kind of
So first off, they want to know why you can't bring tents. I assume there's like some local ordinances.
Yeah, local ordinance. This is I'm speaking for 30A. You can't do tents anymore. Whatever. Kind of annoying.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip that one. Hunter's the spike ball champion of the
Love
beach.
spike ball.
And Hunter also says he got bodied by a seagull once when he was eating Cheez-Its on the beach.
Oh, I have not had any seagull encounters. Fresh fruit on the beach is always so good.
Oh yeah, some watermelon.
Watermelon,
Ooh.
fruit.
Another true story, was upset at the beach last time we went because they double charged me for the salad bar, right? They
Yikes.
double charged me for the salad bar, and I couldn't get them to fix it, and it was a mess. And so I walked out of the restaurant to prevent being angry. I'm not someone who gets angry in restaurants,
I'm not either.
but I was getting a little angry because I'm like, I know,
Yeah.
hey, I know my salad bar game. So I'm out there, and I'm a little infuriated, and this bird craps all over me.
No.
Bird just absolutely Tama Bahama'd me from the top of the third rope.
That's funny.
Well, it was funny to everybody else because I'm out there steaming. And
then it's like,
literally a steaming Anyway, it was bad.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my mouth was closed.
Good. I hope you enjoy the beach, Tim. And
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
You'll be great. Just
I'm
have
not bringing
fun.
a drill. I'll go ahead and tell you that. I'm an American and I don't need a drill to do this job that a man can
I
do.
won't send you the link, but
It doesn't make sense to have to drill in the tent.
it's so much easier and so much more secure.
I'm surprised she doesn't break out like rebar with as long as you're staying out there all day.
I mean, listen, we have little sandbags that we fill and you like put it on the edge where like because have y'all seen those little things? I can't remember what they're called, but it has like a little bendy little like PVC pipe thing, and then it catches the wind, and so then it's like a little tent that flaps, but it stays up because of the wind coming off the water.
I haven't.
Good.
This
That
is
might
your
be
forte.
a good option too if you don't want to do umbrellas.
This is your dojo. I know you are very excited about summer, and it is like basically here.
I can taste it.
Memorial Day weekend is like the official kickoff to summer.
Agreed.
And so we are approaching rapidly. We're getting a lot of summer movies for the first time as the summer season legitimately kicks off with Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch.
That is like so iconic.
I'm glad both of these movies are coming out. Typically on Memorial Day weekend, there are multiple big movies that come out. Last year's Memorial Day weekend was a bust.
The Fall Guy and Furiosa, and neither one of them ended up making money.
These two will both make money.
Absolutely.
Which one of them you think wins the weekend?
Lilo and Stitch. It's that opening weekend.
I agree.
Projections are already like historic numbers.
I agree. It's going to win the weekend. I'm really looking forward to actually seeing both tomorrow. E.g.,
Yes.
I want a meltdown countdown of the 5 reasons you love Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay. I can do
Okay,
that.
that is tomorrow.
Okay.
Friday, Tyler, if possible, Friday, or maybe Tuesday. But one of these 2 days, I want you to give me what you believe are the 5 best Mission Impossible movies in the series. So both of you guys have some homework with these Memorial Day releases. For those that don't know, like E.G. had a epic all-timer
I did.
birthday party when she was 4 years old in a Subway with Lilo and Stitch theming. And so she has been...
And that's Subway sandwiches,
Yeah,
not
not
like
a
a
Subway
Subway
car.
train.
That is, I should clarify that. Yes, a Subway restaurant. Not really known for its birthday party scene, but E.G. broke the mold there. But yeah, the person who has Subway birthday parties telling me to bring a drill to the beach. Yeah, I'm going to take that seriously. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen,
I'm kidding.
It was an iconic moment. My parents were very thankful. I wanted to.
You never answered me on whether or not the $25 for the 8-foot umbrella from Sam's Club was actually.
Yeah, I think that's a
you
fine
think it's a
deal.
good idea?
Yeah, I just was saying, make sure you secure it. Like whatever you do, you don't want to be the person that's like having to run after the umbrella and all the other beach dodgers. Like, if you only drilled it in.
That's correct. Well, I guess I could borrow one of their drills if
Good.
everybody's got a
Beach
drill.
community.
I guess so. Okay. Well, I feel less excited about going to the beach now. No, I'm kidding.
That would break my heart.
More prepared.
Good.
Less excited.
Okay.
But I plan on getting some Z's. Like,
Yes, sleep on the beach. It's amazing.
no, I'm not going to sleep on the beach. I'm surprised for your sunscreen tip that you weren't like, just go to bed lathered up and you wake up and you're ready to go.
Right?
And it's like, okay. But you love the beach. I mean, like, it's literally,
in me.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're transforming into what is like some sort of beach wolf man over there.
Yeah, I love it. Gosh, like I wish I had sun, sand, a nice cold bev.
Yeah. I do wish that the Jaws re-release was happening Memorial Day weekend
That would be so fun.
because I know it's going to be, I believe, in August when they re-release the movie.
That feels kind of
Wasn't it 4th of July in the movie, or was it Memorial Day?
4th of July in the movie.
They
And,
should
like,
have released it on 4th of July.
Agreed.
Yeah. I believe June is the actual 50th anniversary date.
That would have also been a good date.
But I think they're trying to carve out a little moment in August for the re-release, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
am going to go to that.
The Jaws re-release?
Yeah, I told you I would.
I know, but you also told me you were going to see Jurassic World Rebirth, and I'm a little bit, I don't know what to believe.
Committed. This one's, I was never really committed to, I said that might, like, I want to roll the tape on that.
We may have to.
I'm okay with it. Like, I actually would do want to roll the tape to see
Okay.
if I actually said I'd go.
Sounds
or if it
good.
would just pique my interest.
Maybe the oldest thing you've ever said here, roll the tape. That's like
Roll the tape.
that's old school media wording there.
I'm an old soul, Tim.
You are. That's going to do it here for the Meltdown. Thank you for being a part of maybe one of the weirdest episodes we've ever done. We literally started off the show today playing Password, where we would cover our ears and go la 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 while trying to get people to guess what word
We
we're
did
saying.
start off with our sleep habits, too.
Sleep habits and all of that stuff. So very strange episode, but a memorable one, and we appreciate you being a part of it. Join us on our journey here on the Meltdown in the podcast section as well. You can listen to all the podcasts there in the car or on the beach if you'd like to. Just blare us there on the beach. That's what I plan on doing. I plan on blaring my own podcast all over the beach when I'm down there.
No.
It should be a lot of fun. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. We will be back tomorrow for a live show before we head off to see Mission Impossible. Tyler's doing a double feature of new movies and like 10 movies over the next 3 days. So we'll keep you updated on his impossible mission right here on the Meltdown.